never want to start filming. I guess I just gotta start filming. Well, hi everybody, welcome back. I guess I'm not just a Yugi tuber anymore. Digituber? Digituber? I don't see anybody call themselves that, but let's just a TCG tuber. So I'm sure you know if you have been watching my Twitter. Watching my Twitter? Looking at my Twitter, follow me on Twitter, that I am obsessed with Digimon. Like it's a really fun card game, but you know, all card games have their issues. But we're not gonna talk about the issues today. It's really fun. That's what matters. I don't really know how to do this intro because not only have I not done a Digimon video, I've never done a deck profile video. Maybe one time on Duel Links, but like a physical deck profile video, so just like stick with me if it's not so good. The way that I chose how to do my very first deck profile was, you guessed it, Twitter. I did a poll and I just asked, you know, what deck would people want to see first, and I am going to call this budget. Now, budget is subjective, right? It's kind of arbitrary. And I probably should have priced it out before I started calling it budget, but I'm like 99.9% sure it would count as budget. And there's only like 2 cards in here that maybe wouldn't, and we'll talk about them, I guess. And then at the very end, I'll put like the price of it. Honestly, I haven't even decided yet, and it's my own deck profile video, so because this is one of the newer decks that I've built, I'm having a lot of fun with it. I would say my win rate overall is pretty good. Like, I think I've really only lost majorly to one deck, and it was a freaking deck with 5 Omnimons in it. So how's my budget purple deck gonna stand up to 5 Omnimons? I don't know. It didn't. That's how it. And you know what? I'm gonna have fun with these videos too, so I'm just gonna like be silly in them, but I'm obviously. But I also look at my light. Isn't that so cute? It's purple. Look at my eyeshadow. Oh my god, so cute. It's purple. And I totally didn't match my skirt to this either. I didn't match my outfit to it. Except, yes, she did. Let me do it. Let me be the Digimon YouTuber, Yugi-tuber, Digituber, TCG tuber who matches their eyeshadow and their clothes to their deck profiles. Let me do it. Let me do this thing. Anyway, I'm being so silly. If this is your first time watching, I'm sorry, but also not sorry for the chaos. But really, please just stay for the deck profile video or like fast forward. Okay, for real though, tell me what you think in the comments about the deck, or what color deck you would want me to profile next, and if you want me to keep matching everything to it aesthetic. Oh, I even have, look, it was completely subconscious, but even my shaker's purple, by the way. Oh, there we go, that's better. Get rid of the glare. Anyway, hi, welcome. First Digimon video. Oh my god, I'm nervous. I'm nervous. You guys are gonna hate it, but let's do it. First deck profile. Little camera again. Tiny camera. Okay, so let's start with the eggs. I think that's what normally people do, right? They start with the eggs. So let's do all the eggs at once. 4 Demimeramon, 1 Poggersmon. 1 Pogumon. And I feel like depending on your playstyle, you could run 2 Pokemon and 1 Demimeramon. But I feel like I use, or I want his effect more than I want his effect, and that's just completely all personal, so that's an option. You can run 2 and 3. How long should a deck profile be? Dude, I don't know. Okay, and then rookies, I don't really know what order to go in, but we'll just go in this order. So I run 4 Candlemon. And that is because he's literally so cheap too. I think he's the only 2 I run in my deck. Not too much to say about him. And for Gabumon, I mean, he was great. You had 4 of him in 1.0, you had 4 of him in 1.5. He's really great. I love him. The draw 2 trash 1. I love it. We love it. We love it. So, not too much to say about it. Okay, and now this is probably where it gets weird because I have a bunch of 2-ofs. So first 2 of is Tsukaimon, and I will tell you I don't really have a reason for running 2. I don't really know which ones I like best, so this is kind of what I'm doing. But I like Tsukaimon. I actually don't really use this too much, so I feel like 2 is okay for me. Obviously, you can run 4 and cut another thing, but I like 2 Tsukaimon. And then 2 Tapirmon, and same with him. You know what? I'm thinking about this as I'm making it. I use him a lot. So I think this is something I would increase in here personally on deletion, trigger, draw one. Because sometimes I don't want to always have to draw one, trash one. So I actually really like him. I might run more in there. And then I have two Gotsimon. I actually haven't literally ever used his effect. And that could be like the person I'm playing, so your opponent can't gain any memory except with tamer effects. And like I said, literally me personally, I haven't run into that, but I know if you're like going to a tournament or like competitive something that you probably will use. So this could be like maybe you run for Sukaimon or for Tapirmon, like cut this guy. But my last two of so Impmon. I like his trash the top three cards of your deck. But me personally, I like him right at two because we're not running Beelzemon. This is a budget deck. So I feel like two is really good for me personally, especially when we're not running any Beelzemon. You get me? Alright, now we go into our fours. Obviously, Vilemon. He is the MVP. He's not really, but he's one of them. Like, I love him so much. I love him. We love blockers. We all love blockers. So a lot of the times I don't even evolve into this card. This is one of the cards that I will trash with Gabumon's effect or Lady Devimon's effect. And then when they're in the trash, I either use Mastemon to bring him back, like depending if I'm needing a blocker at the time, or Piedmon. I love bringing him back with Piedmon. And if you need to bring back two with Piedmon, we love a blocker. Okay, next one, next four, a Devimon, of course. Really good. Kind of the same concept. I find myself evolving into this though more often than the blocker, but same thing, you know, you can get him back with Mastemon, you can get him back with Beedmon. Really great. And not only does he have retaliation, but he has retaliation inheritable. And I really like that. Because you can have Piedmon who's got retaliation, you have him who has retaliation, but then you can make your Lady Devimon or your Mastemon get the retaliation if you so choose. And retaliation is scary. You know, you got. It's scary. I know you all know it's scary. So I run three Marimon, and that is my choice, okay? Honestly, this is the perfect number for me, like at least in this deck, because I see him just as much as I need to see him. He's really cheap. So yeah, he doesn't have an inheritable or anything, but he's really cheap to evolve. And really, I find myself evolving to him if I'm like, dang, I really gotta draw. Let me just do a one evolve so I can draw. So that's why I have him at three. And you could have him at four, okay? But this is what I run instead. The last four Gatomon. One yellow Gatomon. And I'll be honest with you, when I started playing this deck, I accidentally would like play her. What I have learned, this is another one of the cards that I will trash with Gabumon or Lady Devimon, or I kind of just hope that it's in my security. Because then once it's in the trash, mass them on it. And if you don't know what she does on play, if you have a purple Digimon in play, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 4,000 DP for the turn. So it really does come in handy. I think so, now that I know how to freaking play it. But if you don't want to run this, if you feel like it's going to be a brick and you want to just optimize it, don't run that and just run four of him. Okay, so for fives. And I recently just changed this up. I'll show you what I did instead. So I was running four of her, which was great. And like, this is gonna sound so crazy. Sometimes I felt like I was seeing her too much, but I'll show you what I did. So I am running three of her. You can run four, and I really love her. Like I said, with her trash effect, I really try to go for the Vilemon, the Devimon, or the Gatomon, depending on like what I need in the trash. I really, really love her a lot. Okay, next five's Chimeramon. And now I was also running four Chimeramon, and I brought it down to three. So right now, three is good for me, but you can run four if you want. You don't digivolve this unless you really freaking need to, but I don't. I always just play him which is really good. Because not only do you know, delete one of yours to delete one of theirs, and normally if I've got the Impmon, I'll do the Impmon or the Tapirmon are the ones that I choose to delete if I have them obviously over, you know, the other ones. But like not only does he have the on-play effects, he's a 5. So as long as he stays on the field, you can go into Mastemon from him if you need to. And now the reason I cut them from 4 and 4 is for these two. And I basically kind of run this guy same as the Marimon because he's a cheap evolve, and sometimes that 3-cost evolve on Lady Devimon, like I don't want to do it, or I can't do it, or I don't have my tamer out with 3 memory, and like it doesn't seem like it, but 2 memory really makes the difference sometime over 3. And I've only been testing this guy in it for like a little while, but I actually really love it so far, and I'm glad I cut down Lady Devimon and Chimeramon to 3 and 3, and then this 2. But if you don't want to do that, Lady Devimon at 4 and Chimeramon at 4. And now the reason I call this budget is because of the 6s that I run. So there's no Lilithmon, no Millenniummon, he's 7, and no Beelzemon. So we have 4 Mastemon, and you know, she's kind of scary to use. Like whenever I would use Mastemon, I'm like, dang, I'm deleting my own security. And honestly, you think it's scary you're deleting your own security, but I really think that it is worth it, and I love it. I love to see her. I love to see her. And like I said, so when you digivolve her, trash a card from the top of both player securities, and play 1 purple or yellow Digimon card with level 4 or less from your trash without paying its memory cost. So like I said, the things that I go for the most are Vilemon, Devimon, and that Gatomon if I have it, and if I think that like deleting one of their lower Digimon is going to be worth it over the other 2. I mean, she obviously is more expensive than the other cards in the deck, but like I said, this is definitely budget purple, because originally I wanted to play Lilithmon purple, and let me tell you, it's not happening right at the moment. I'm working on it, but I really love it, love it, love it, love it. This is basically the main thing in the deck that I want to see. And then the other 2, Piedmon, I don't really know how you say it. Oh. I know y'all are probably going to make fun of me for the way I say things. And it seems so expensive to play. And like I was like debating putting him in my deck because he's a 12 cost and you don't digivolve him. It was funny. I don't know what I was watching, like some video, and someone digivolved into him, and like everybody was roasting him. And like, this man just digivolved into a Piedmon. Anyway, that was just silly. But like when I really started using him, I'm like, no, he's definitely worth it, because okay, yeah, he costs 12. But when you play him, you may play up to 2 level 4 or lower purple Digimon cards from your trash without paying their memory cost. On-play effects don't happen, whatever. We don't really have any on-play purple. Actually, we don't have any on-play purple effects besides Chimeramon, who doesn't count. And that, like I said, same kind of thing with Mastemon. If I need the blockers, like if I'm in dire need of blockers, I'll grab 2 blockers. If not, I'll usually grab like the Vilemon and the Devimon. But really, it just depends. So not only do you get this guy on the field, you're getting 2 other monsters, and so that's why I really think the 12 play cost is really good. Also, which art do y'all like better? Because don't hate me, but I like his art better. I normally like these all arts better than the all art. I think it's just because there's more colors, you know? I don't know. Like even the Mastemon, at least she's mostly purple. I still like the regular art. Don't be mad at me. Speaking of all arts, if anyone has all art flower cannon, let me know. I'll trade you because I'm looking for 4 alt art Kari as well. Let me know. So first one is I'm running 3 Night Raid. And do I think that's a good number? I actually do think that's a good number for me right now. I really like it. A lot of the times, I mean, really is what everybody does with it. I normally just play it, and like I'll I'll pay 2 to get a 3 out of the trash. And basically that's what it is. But it's the same thing as before, where if I don't have that third memory from a tamer or for whatever reason, the 2 cost is so good to me. I love it. But I think 3 is good. I don't really want to run 4, but 3 is good. I like it at 3 where it is. This one is, I don't know how I like it. It's a one of. And normally it ends up in my security. Why do I have that luck? I don't know. So normally it ends up in my security, and security has effect that's added to your hand. And what it does is you may delete one of your Digimon to delete up to 2 of your opponent's level 4 or lower Digimon. And I think I have used this once, maybe twice. So like, if you're not a fan of this card, replace it with something else. It really just depends on what you think you're going to be battling against that day. But like, you can tell how I feel about it. I'm just like, ugh. Like, I've only used it once, but that one time it was like really good. So I don't know. This card, I'm not really care about it. So do it, keep it in if you want. Don't keep it in if you don't want. It's up to you. And then my last 2 options, which I might trade that for this. 2 Trump Sword. I feel like 2 is good for me. And normally when I play the mat, I'll grab this. I'll grab this, or I'll grab the Mastemon if I need it. But we'll get into that. So this could be a potential 3. Like I said, it just depends. But I'm doing pretty good with 2. And with the matte recycle, it's nice. And finally, 2 matte. And I'm going to attribute this to bad luck. But I always open matte. I don't want to open matte. I mean, I do, but I don't. But like, normally when I'm playing matte, I'm not getting his on play thing where you can return a card from the trash, which is fine. You're still, when you play him, you know, you get start your turn with 3 memory, but like, obviously if I can, I want to get a card from my trash. And like I said, it could just be bad luck. I'm literally always opening matte. And he's never even been in my security. Come on. But that's just RNG. But I think 2 is a good amount. Even in the games where I somehow don't get him down, like, it's pretty good with the new like 2 cost over the 3 cost that I put in. It's good with the Night Raid, the Candlemon, now the Miramon, that's one, the Miramon, that Skull Miramon. Who's that 5? That 5 Miramon, I should know, it's my own deck. So like, I feel like that has helped me counteract not having the mat. But again, put in as many mats as you want. This is just what I'm doing right now, and I'm really liking it. So overall, this deck costs how much money? Like I said, if you don't want to run the Piedmons, don't run the Piedmons. You could totally add in 2 other cards if you want. You could add 2 more this. You could add in 2 more options. You could add in 2 more rookies. Like, you can do whatever you want. Because Digimon, like, the prices of it is so inflated right now. It's so horrible. I mean, nah, it's pretty bad. So like, my normal budget price is like inflated for Digimon, which I think it kind of has to be. I'm not going out to the big screen for outro. We're just going to leave it here. Let me know what you think about this. Would you play this? Have you played purple? Oh, I didn't talk about the matchups. Oh god, it's too late now. Oh god, I didn't really talk about matchups, but basically I've had pretty good luck against everything. I would say the thing I beat the most easily is yellow. Like, even, like, I was dueling someone, battling whatever, Yu-Gi-Oh talk, because I play Yu-Gi-Oh. So I was dueling someone, and not only did I get rid of their 5 security, but they recovered like 7? 8? In the course of their game. So I killed like 12 to 13 security altogether. Wild. Wild. Completely wild. So I would say yellow is definitely the best matchup for sure. Maybe I'm just don't know how to play. That could be wrong, but yellow I've beaten 100% of the time. Not gonna lie to you. Even Shine Greymon, even that little red yellow control, whatever, I don't even know what you call it. We beat it, boys and girls, and them and they. Worst matchup, probably freaking Omnimon. That's been the only one I've not been able to beat, but this one Ryan Omnimon owner S. You know what? Fine, you can beat me with your $700 deck versus my whatever dollar deck. Go ahead. I'm not gonna cry about it. But for real, I hope this wasn't too annoying. Hopefully it was like an okay deck profile. Bye everybody, love you.